Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a ShadowDark Fulfillment PDF preview. So I'm going to basically just be showing you what came as the fulfillment for the Kickstarter in the PDF. And I'm just going to preview each of these. I'm not going to go into much detail. Certainly not with the game book, the core book, which is 332 pages long. But I will show off briefly what came in the PDFs this past weekend, and then I will spend time going through each of those going forward over the next couple of weeks. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the PDFs. So I put everything here into its own file. And so this is everything that came along with the PDFs. I did not include in this so far the four Monday monsters. I have to get around to doing that, so that's not here. But I've done a video for each of those four previously, so just a matter of transferring them over to here. So now this is in alphabetical order, so they're kind of mixed and matched. But we have the eroding isle of, so we have one, two, three, four, five mini adventures. And I'm just going to show off the first one here for you very quickly. So this is what the mini adventures look like. They're basically 2-page adventures, right? So you have the introductory and a little map, and then random encounters for this particular map, and then we go over here and you have the actual encounters, 1 through 8. And so that is the formatting of the adventures, right? So each of these mini adventures are 2 pages, as you can see, and that might actually be a model for for ShadowDark as far as being the primary way of using this game system. And I'm sure it's also designed for long-term campaigns and such, but looking this over and looking at the system a bit, I was really thinking that this might be like an ideal convention play kind of a game system, and very easy to pick up, very fast paced, and quite quite brutal as well, and it really probably will be. Now maybe I'm just thinking of that because I just got back from a convention, but looking at it, I really see that this is something that I could certainly use this game system for, is to do these little mini scenarios, and and just have that random player character group running through it. I do want to focus a little bit on these cursed scrolls, right? So the Kickstarter came with 3 cursed scrolls, and let me just show you these formats here. And I will just make sure I'm showing you off. Same thing here. I'm not going to reopen it again because that might make you lose the view of it. So this is a ShadowDark Zine number 1, and each of these are, this is, I believe, 68 pages, right? So you have a wilderness map. You have it looks like a miniature hexagonal features. So all of the features that are on that map there. And then we get into the title page. All of these things are hyperlinked. That's really, really cool. And we have characters. So you have different and new character classes. So you have the warlock class, the witch class, and you have magic. Spells lists, so diabolical mishaps, diabolical backgrounds, and such. So it's just a almost like an unearthed arcana kind of feel to it, where they're just giving you a little additional things there, plus an adventure. All right, so I'm assuming that every one of these is going to come out with very similar to this, new character classes, new new spells, an adventure, probably new monsters and such. And, all of these are 68 pages, which is really quite impressive. And what an incredible business model this actually could prove to be. All right. I can imagine people buying a subscription for Cursed Scroll, and you get three of these as well as the five mini adventures. And each one of these, like I said, these are all 68 pages long. So that's really quite a good bang for the buck here, and very, very impressive. And then it came with 12 pre-generated characters. Again, very easy to use this at a convention play now. So you just print it out. Let's take a look at this priest. So here we have a priest. It looks like a goblin priest. And yes, he is. He's a goblin priest. And all of the information is contained on just one character sheet. Very, very simple. Tells you everything that you need to know, from background to deity to his title, his level, his HP, and AC, and then a very good image of him. And let's see. Let's take another look at. Let's go with a thief, because thieves are always my favorite. No halflings in this selection. It also came with. Actually, we will. So it also came with the GM's screen. And so this is basically it. You have the cover. And then on the interior, I will expand this so that you can see the information. Actually, I got to drop it back a little bit. So here is all the information contained. Let me double check and make sure you're looking at the same thing. So NPC generator. And as far as their age, ancestry, alignment, wealth, characteristics, um, their names by syllables. So you can create something by rolling a d20 four times, and you'll end up with a name generator. Occupation, random encounter tables for frequency. So if they're in an unsafe place, you're going to check every 3 rounds. In a risky place, every 2 rounds. And in a deadly place, every single round, you will check on a 1d6 chance of random encounters, their distance, how far they are when you do encounter them, their activity, their reaction towards you. Then you have treasure charts. XP for treasure quality is based here, and then luxury items, any luxury items picked up along the way, and that is all is on the GM screen. So pretty bare bones, but does everything you can for randomizing things. So that's pretty helpful as well. So let's take a look at the core rulebook just briefly, and let me find where it went. Where did the core rulebook go? I thought I had it here. Let's come back and let's see. Somehow the core rulebook did not end up here. Why? That is very strange. The core rulebook is not here, even though I could have sworn I've done it. Let's reset. That is very, very weird. The core rulebook is not here. Let's go to downloads. Okay, So I will, let me just switch. Yes, so now you're looking at it. So I will go back. That was strange. I had the core rule book there. Um, Maybe I just have to transfer it over again. So as you can see, 332 pages. I am certainly going to do a much more detailed breakdown of this and hyperlinked contents, which is key. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, on characters and introduction and everything. I'm going to go right to probably not spend very much time with the random encounter tables. I am going to spend more time with gameplay and going through and seeing how much more detail has been put into each of these things from the quick start play guide that was made available, and then the game masters section. So the quick start was somewhere in the 80-page range, I want to say. Maybe that's a little bit more than it was, but it was close to that. And this is now 332 pages. And from what I can see, there's been quite a bit added to gameplay in this version. And then the game master section is a good amount, right? So that begins around 101, and the game master section really doesn't end until 184. So there's quite a bit of content for a game master here. And then we have the monsters section, the treasure section, and I am going to um, sections on designing various things, and then joining the dark. I will jump to joining the dark here. um, Here's the character sheet. They are landscaped. There was something here I wanted to show, and um, that is ShadowDark RPG licensing. And so, you can create third party third party products for ShadowDark, and really all you have to do is include the product name is an independent product published under the ShadowDark RPG third party license, and is not affiliated with Arcane Library LLC, ShadowDark RPG at 2023, the Arcane Library LLC. That's all you have to include, and obviously follow some of these very basic terms. Um, so content, you are freely use and reference the general concepts of ShadowDark RPG, such as the rules and the game mechanics. You may use the names of the game's beings, locations, spells, and items. You may not use the game's art. You may not print verbatim passages of text, no matter the length, from the game, with the exception of monsters and spell statistics. Logos and branding, you may use the designed for use with ShadowDark RPG as a tag. Logos from the creator kit, um, which I was looking for a reference to that someplace. I'll have to double check and see. That was put on a post in the Kickstarter, but I'm sure it will be on the official official newsletter letter and website link as well. But they give you um, the Discord here. They give you the Arcane Library and YouTube and such. Um, and here's the official website as well. So yeah, definitely very smooth way of allowing for third party content right off the bat. And here finally we have random encounters and treasure and all of those other charts at the very end here. So we can switch back here. So when I get back to going over each of these now, I never do a full breakdown of adventures because that is, I don't like to, spoil an adventure for you, but I will take a look at them and just do like one of them and just show how it's broken down in the format of that, without revealing too much, or at least trying not to. And then I will go over each of the character classes that are represented with these pre-generated characters, and I will do a breakdown of some of the main elements, except for the adventures of the Cursed Scrolls 1 through 3 at this point. Now, after I do all these series of videos with ShadowDark, I will probably take me to nearly like June or so, and I believe the physical copies are meant to come out around July. And once I get those, then I will do a final video on ShadowDark, showing off the physical copies of everything that comes along. So really looking forward to doing that as well. And then it's off to some playing. I will look to write some, using the third party licensing, and certainly look to run Shadow Dark in the next convention that I go to in September. So I'm gonna have a very, very busy September. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to doing as much as I can with my gaming over these next couple weeks and months to come. And I welcome you to follow along that journey, and keep up with the content that I'm putting out here. So it's best if you subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll see when these things are coming up. These videos are coming up. I'm going to try to get caught up from the lost weekend of going to a gaming convention, so I didn't have much time to do any video output. So this week is going to be kind of a catch up week, and so I'm going to be putting out quite a bit over these next couple of days. So subscribing and hitting the bell, you will get the alerts for all of those things. I'm going to continue doing my Castles and Crusades focus. And then I picked up a few new items that I'm going to talk about that I got at my last convention, and just this past weekend. And as always, I mean, I like to mix it up on this channel. And so you're going to see a lot of various content, whether it be independent gaming publishers, OSR, and even some of the mainstream ones, because I did get a GM screen or keeper's screen for Call of Cthulhu, and I will certainly do a video showing off that screen as well. See what else came with that, sealed screen package for myself, and that'll come up sometime this week as well, just to mix it up, and maybe I'll show off some of the Call of Cthulhu box set that I picked up 2 months ago or so. So as always, thanks for joining. I hope you like this video. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe, share, hit the bell, and I look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime soon. Have a great afternoon.